All right, so didn't think it would come all the way to this extreme, but looking at the reactions people were sending in on the comments of that last video, before the video was even posted, people were sending hate comments. I'm not going to say that it is any sock puppeting, but it does seem like there is some sort of complete biased army that is following this figure. That being said, we got lots of comments that were positive and lots of comments that were hateful after things were posted, so it was a even give and take after that. So we're just going to cover a couple more things here. The one thing that we do need to push that there was not major, we weren't able to cover before, was that the text messages between the hired hand, the Mexican guy here, we are able to now release those because those were posted up on Vinny's channel. We can legally use them now. So all the messages here that you are seeing are from somebody that was hired, and we can see that there were PayPal transactions from I.C.T's actual email to this guy's account. So we can see that the proof of him being hired is there. After I had posted the video, I had actually received a number of odd things happening to me, and you can see I did actually try to get I.C.T on a phone call to better cover this and get his point of view. I specifically asked him for this time, which I know he had read because you can see the messages back and forth here, and he completely ignored that and basically just said that lawyers will be involved. There's no reason for lawyers to be involved here. I've said absolutely nothing to defame him, and I've made no allegations against him. Another couple things that kind of came my way was there seems to be some sort of weird threats against me. Some guy emailing me saying, you know, he knows I live in Kits, he knows I have 4 cars. Neither of these are true. He's basically saying that he's threatening me in some way, I believe. I'm not sure if it's a threat. It's very, very loose. If he's so great at collecting data and destroying people's lives, then he might as well get the facts wrong that I do not have 4 cars and I do not live in Kits. I used to have 4 cars and I used to live in Kits, but that's been about a year since that time. I now live in Burnaby and I have 2 cars. So I've moved down in the world. Something else I kind of noticed was I kept getting the Block Boy 10,000 ADP, which this seems like a very brand new account. It's got one photo. It looks like he's very clearly followed 180 people, and 17 have followed him back. When I went in to look at who he's following, it's a bunch of my friends. So this looks like a brand new account that he's followed a bunch of my friends to make it look like he knows me, and then added me on my personal account to get some sort of information against me. So with all of everything that had happened just from that previous video, it seems like people are trying to get intel on me, and I really don't care because I'm one of the more honest people. So I really don't mind if, you know, some of the quote unquote secrets to come out. For one thing that makes me kind of believe Vinny even more that he's not doing this just for a malicious intent, and he's not making things up. That was a major concern I had coming through for this docu-series, was that Vinny was just going to be making things up. I had done my best to make sure that all of the evidence that was given was in fact true through proof of data, some sort of computer data to see, you know, my FX book, things like this, PayPal transactions, or actual messages that I.C.T's accounts had posted. And those were only evidence that I was able to accept. And now some people had sent me this student loans case where I.C.T or a person named Michael Huddleston was involved in a student loans fraud case back in the day, back in I believe 2012, and it looked to be very, very similar. He was from Sacramento at the time. The age and the name seemed to line up perfectly fine. We're not for sure that was I.C.T Michael J. Huddleston. I had asked Vinny about this if he had looked into it, and he said yes. He said yes, I had looked into it. The thing is, I had asked him, can you prove the names of the witnesses on the court case? So the names of the defendant was Jerry Huddleston and Beatrice Huddleston, and that was the mother and the brother. So I just asked Vinny if those were, and it would have been very easy for him to say yes or no, and he actually said no, those are not the names. So that would have been a very obvious thing that would have discredited everything that he said, is if he had confirmed that these were the names of I.C.T's mother and brother, and he has said that they're not. So this is something that I would have easily believed him with, and then I obviously would have done more research later and then found it not to be true. So that's something that just gives a little bit more reputation to Vinny's side in not just creating false evidence. When I was talking with Vinny, I had seen his emails had been actually to a lawyer for the past like 6-8 months, something like that. So this was never anything that he was just like making up. I could see that he was actually dealing with lawyers. There was an entire case that was going on, and nobody would be fabricating emails in their email box 8 months prior. It wouldn't make any sense. So a lot of the problem here with why Vinny is going after I.C.T is because of the personal threats against his family here. I had touched with Vinny and trying to just make sure that this isn't just some sort of ploy to get some more attention to himself. It is a way to get attention for sure, and he is definitely getting attention, but it seems pretty present, just the way he's able to talk to me, the fact that he's truthful, and the fact that he's even talking to me where I.C.T is not talking to me at all. Makes me kind of side more with him. Now, regarding the $3 million escrow trading challenge, that was actually accepted by Vinny, but it was never put through I.C.T. It seems like he had just said that just to create more fear in the market, where once Vinny had actually accepted it because he can actually trade, or he believes he can trade at least, I.C.T. wasn't willing to take the trade. Now, the one major thing that we were talking about in that last video that I.C.T did come out and react to was the negative sign that was missing from the withdraw, and he had said this: I had photoshopped the image intentionally and left off the negative as humor. He's never rented an MT4 server, no need to. Anyone can make a demo account in my name. Now, this makes absolutely no sense. Why would you come out with the negative sign being used as after it's been kind of shown to the public, and why not just say it kind of immediately or a week or two later, something like that? It makes no sense to wait years to then tell us that it was all a joke. It's something that just logically doesn't flow. Now, multiple times, I.C.T did claim that he's going to be going into the ROBBINS Cup Challenge there. You can see some Twitter posts and things like this, that I believe it was 3 years in a row he's claimed that he's going to be winning the Roberts challenge here. Vinny might have more to say about this.
So here's what I'd like, personally, help me out personally. Like, Michael J. Huddleston claims that he won the Robbins under an LLC that he doesn't want to tell people about. I just want to know, like, you guys, he says he knows Chelsea. So he told me, he's like, rub it in my face, and he also is telling people he's worth $760 million, which, dude, we all know this is horseshit. We've already, sent a private investigator, lives in a shack in Maryland, but the guy is out there claiming he's won the Robbins. Can you, definitively, at least for me in my own soul, tell me, yes, the guy has applied before, that's how he knows Chelsea, but no, he didn't win.
Okay, I've got a Michael Huddleston from Maryland.
That's him. Wait, so he won? He really did win?
No.
Oh.
Here, wait for it.
$5,000 account, and I don't even know if this was in Forex, and he lost money. I have one guy, same name, inner circle, never won a championship.
What? Well, what years?
It was in 2017.
Yeah.
Birthday was March 5th.
Yeah.
And it was Forex.
Yeah, 2017.
Correct.
And what about, he also said 2016.
No, I don't have an account.
To end it all, really, guys, maybe I.C.T can trade fine. A lot of you guys have been messaging me saying that he trades fine on those live streams. I don't care. I do believe all of the logic is perfectly sound with how he's trading, and for somebody to be trading for this long period of time and not be making money, it would be ridiculous. The main problem that we have here in this documentary is that the actions he's taken towards other traders that seem to be against him. And it's perfectly fair that he's made some mistakes in trading, and he's overhyped his name. He's acting like a child would when they make a mistake, pretending like they didn't make a mistake. And it's not about the number of mistakes you make as a man, but rather how you react to the mistakes you have made that make you a better man. And this is just not what I'm seeing out of this character. And it really makes me lose respect as the person as a whole. Despite him being able to trade or not, that's none of my business, and I really don't care. The problem that we had here was that he does not act the part of a professional trader.